Okay, let's start the broadcast here. We're going to show a few apps where you can use loops and tracks for on your iPad or even your phone. The first one I'm going to go to is Playback, and the capture record might mute it might mute the track, so we may not hear it on some of these apps, but that's okay. But basically, this takes all of your MultiTrack.com songs and gives you an app to be able to play those tracks and kind of be a substitute for Ableton. And it comes with a couple cool features. Now, it is so there's a couple different ways you can do this. One is you can buy the songs from MultiTracks and then just import them in here because you own the song, or you can do a rental. You can rent songs, and they even have subscription plans and processes where you can have like so many rentals a month, so you're not having to do it renting one by one, and each rental is good for 7 days. But this does lay out the waveform. It does show the bar grids, so how many bars are in each wave, and it does allow you to double click like chorus or if in time bridge to jump to that in section in time, and then on the right side you have like infinite loop or one section loop, like buttons on the bottom right next to the master, which is pretty cool. And then you have at the top right next to the play button, you have this fade out, fade in, where you can fade in songs, fade out songs. And then, of course, you have this pad option left of the start from the beginning button next to the play button at the top. It's highlight, unhighlight. It automatically goes to the key that you're in, and when you play it, it's just going to give you an ambience background pad with the song, and then you can just turn it off, what you want. Now you can do you can do some transitions here. Not only can you change the key and then stuff like this, but you can even when you have the full version, the subscription version, you can do some transitions, and it's pretty cool. You can change the arrangement, of course, but you can do transitions from this song to the next song. Like if you have two songs, so you can say transition into next song with pad, and so it'll do the pad first and then the next song, and then you can do transition without the pad. So why is that important? So like if you're or you can say end with pad. If you're going from a song into like a set where it's someone coming up to speak, do prayer or something like that, and you don't necessarily want all the tracks, and maybe you have a piano player with you and you're just playing with every other track. Well, the piano player can keep playing the song and just have the pad underneath it to transition to the next thing. So that's kind of cool. But again, this lets you jump in time. It also lets you mix the parts. You can tell exactly what you want to play, and when you create a set list and you save it, it will remember the levels that you marked or what you've muted or what you've soloed. It will remember all of that. It'll remember if you had a transition with the pad or not. You got loops and everything. It's pretty neat. I've worked with someone that did have the subscription, the premium subscription for this, which I think the premium subscription for just the app is like $10 a month, and that lets you do everything in the app you want to do. And I think it's like in MultiTracks, it's like anywhere from 20 to 30 something dollars a song if you buy it. You can rent them for cheaper than that, or I think you can pay like $50 a month and get basically 50 songs or something like that. So you could do basically $60 a month, and this app will be the only thing you ever need for tracks for your Wednesdays and Sunday services. So that's pretty cool. And again, the songs last for 7 days. So you can have some options there. But this again is called Playback, and it is by MultiTracks. We're going to go to Worship. It's called Worship app. They do have a free song to demo. I did Blessed Assurance. So if you I'm gonna go back here. If you go to search songs and you just tap it, it has some feature and stuff like this, and you click free, of course. And I got Blessed Assurance and B flat here. Now this as well will let you. Screen recordings also won't let me play it, but this will let you jump in time, 2 sections, and of course you have their instruments here, and you can mix them how you want, mute them solo, as you can see, and this does work on iPhone. And what I'll do is at the end, I'll just do some recording of some of the. I'll stop the screen sharing and kind of go in and do some recording so you can hear it. But this is Playback. Again, this is a subscription-based app. It's like $29 a month, and that gives you all of their songs. So if I just do, alphabetical, you have praise, like praise break stuff, but they've got a bunch of songs, and it's like $30, and you get all their songs, and you can even suggest other songs to do. So they have a lot, as you can see. Will they have everything? Probably not, but they have a lot. And again, if you have the $30 a month subscription, you can, and here's the subscription plan. If you do $30 a month, you can suggest songs you want added. And $20 a month is just praise breaks, prayer music, hymns, so it's limited. But this is a pretty cool option. You can make playlists, and they have a lyric option where you can follow along with lyrics. It's pretty cool. But you can jump in time to sections and mix what you want in there, and that's called worship backing tracks. It looks like a big W, just worship. Another one is worship band in hand. I know they were having some issues with downloading songs. I haven't. Last time I checked, it wasn't resolved yet, so I don't know if it's when that's going to be resolved exactly. But I do have at least our God on here. Now, what this is again, this is a free app, no subscription, unless you want to upload your own songs, and that's like $7 a month. If you want to upload your own tracks and your own songs. Anyways, you can buy these songs for like $10 a song, so they're much cheaper than MultiTracks. They're recorded musicians and stuff like that. And they have a pretty good song selection. Again, they're not going to have everything, but they have a pretty good amount of song selection. And they let you mix it. Of course, here's your mixer. You can change the tempo and the key just like the other, Playback. You can tell what you want. Of course, on Playback and this, Playback will also come with cues because MultiTracks puts cues in those, and click tracks, and this does click tracks, and some of these have cues too, and they do split out in stereo so you can pan them on your board. But this one doesn't let you jump in time. What it does let you do is it lets you arrange the song like Playback does, arrange the song in any order you want like you would normally do, and then it has this loop feature on this left that I'm highlighting and unhighlighting, and you can on the fly loop a section. So they're supposed to be working on, apparently at some point, the jump in time feature, but they don't have that yet. But at least they have a loop. So if you're like staying on the chorus and you don't want to go to the bridge or the verse, you can just loop it. While you're in it, you just click loop, and in time it'll come back to the top of that. And then you rearrange it before the songs. You can't rearrange the song while it's playing, so you have to do that before. But again, $10 a song, free app, no subscriptions. Only subscription is if you want to put your own tracks up in here in the app. They create set lists, share them, all of this kind of stuff. So it's pretty cool. And that's Worship Band in the Hand. And the next one is iSing Worship, and I have two because one's an iPhone and one's an iPad. iSing Worship is less about mixing the tracks and more of like you only have a piano player and singers. That's it. You can jump in time, so you can start a song. This one's Let Me Play. All right. So you got a track here, and I can click, like, I'm gonna skip the bridge after this, and once it gets done with the verse playing, any song that jumps in time, this is what you mean. It's gonna finish to the end and then jump in time to the bridge. And you notice down here you have other options, so you can do instrumental, soft chorus, soft breakdown, single chords. Now what you can mix is you can turn the tracks on and off. So you just got acoustic guitar and vocals. So you can turn the guitar, acoustic guitar off. You can turn the volume of the singer up and down. Fade it out and stop. This does have the words too, so you can actually technically display it if you want on like a monitor or whatever. So it's good for church plants, mobile setups, stuff like that. Again, you don't have all the features of, what individual instruments to pull out. So you have like all the backing tracks, then you have another one that's acoustic guitar, and then another one of the vocal. So you can only pull out those 3 tracks. But the difference is these songs only cost like $1 to $2 a song. That's it. So $1 to $2 song is pretty cheap. And with that, you can, especially if you don't have that many musicians, if you just got an acoustic guitar, you just got a piano player, you can at least have a full band with them playing. And even if you have like only just 1 or 2 singers and you want that backup vocals, you can turn it down and mix it in to where it is lower volume and at least have something to play with. And again, the songs are only like $1 or $2 a pop, so that's pretty good. So those are all the apps that I've used and messed with and have endorsed or worked with other people that used them for full tracks. The next 2 I want to show you is loops, and we'll call /tracks. One is Prime. Prime has an option where you can get songs. You can buy songs, rent songs from them. I know buy, I may not 100% rent from them, and do multi-tracks, right? And you can mix it. You can see over here on the left, you can do mixing. They also have an option where you can upload your own tracks. So if you made a couple tracks or something like that, you can do that. What they don't have right now is the jumping feature in time, so it's pretty much canned. So what I use this to do is to do my own loops, loops that I made or have gotten from people or bought online at other places or people giving me free, I put in here. Here's like when you walk into the room, and it's just like a shaker loop here that you can play. So this is, for me, is big because I can create a set list of all the tracks and stuff that I own, which I use this mostly for rhythm, either I made or own myself. Another one is called Loops by C-Dub. They're a pretty cool band in Chicago, church band. You can do a subscription where you have access to all their loops, or you can buy loops, for like $1 or $2, depending on the song. But they here's Every Praise here, and we're gonna cue it up, and so I can change the volume, the beats per minute, and they have loops 1 or 2. They do fade, so I can hit play here. And you can switch it up to loop 2. And then you can do tempo tap, stop. So they have pretty good, and then you can go like to the next song. I Give You Glory. Second loop. So they have some good, here's like a shouting option. Second loop. So this is another good app to do for loops, mostly rhythm. They have another app that does triggers, where you can do trigger sounds and chord progressions and stuff like that. That's more for live play, and it's not really backing tracks. to specific songs. So that's kind of like in between singers and or in between songs and backing up a preacher, stuff like that. But that's pretty cool. You can fade, you can do all this kind of stuff. Again, they have professionally recorded like loops and stuff like that for a lot of songs, and it's only like $1, $2 a song, or you can subscribe and get everything. So those are the basic tracks I use. That's iSing Worship, Loops by C-Dub, Prime, Playback that is integrated into MultiTracks.com, Band in Hand, Worship Band in Hand, and the Worship backing tracks. Thank you.